Hey there, we're Dave and Ashley with Marriage Today, and we're going to talk about something that I have dealt with a lot, and I think a lot of other wives do as well, and that is things that we can say as wives that we may not really mean.
Right,
exactly
and as husbands, like this can create an enormous amount of frustration.
Yes.
So we'll give a few examples, and this is going to help you hopefully in your communication because we're working through this in our own marriage.
We work through it all the time, that's for sure. Yes.
So for instance, one thing that she says that I've learned over almost 20 years together that she doesn't mean is that when we're trying to pick a place to eat, and I'll say, where do you want to eat? And she'll say, I don't care. I don't think there's a bigger lie that's ever been spoken to me. Because she'll say, I don't care, and I'm thinking, okay, like almost 20 years in, I believe this myth every time. That means I'm gonna pick the place and she's gonna be cool with it. And it's never the case, because I'll start going someplace and instantly it's like, no, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, well, how about this? I had that for lunch yesterday, and I'm not feeling that today. And I'm like, just tell me where you want to go, because there's like a place in her head that I'm supposed to guess, and it's this.
I know, and I don't, wives, if you're anything like me, you don't mean to do this. Like, I don't want to drive my husband crazy by telling him weird.
She's amazing. Yeah,
right.
I do. I
don't
love
want
you
to
so
be
much.
cryptic, in what I'm saying. But I think that sometimes I'm trying to be, easygoing, when really, in my mind, I do have a specific place or maybe a couple places I want to go. So what I have found that helps.
Well, this is my favorite, when I'll say, where do you want to go? And she gives me this criteria that is the most impossible thing to define. She'll say, I just want to go someplace that's good and kind of healthy. That's like and I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, I can go to Wendy's and get a salad. And she's like, no, not that. And I'm like, I need more information here. Like, I don't know what that means.
That's
and
right.
so it's all helping. You're trying to lead me to consensus. Like, you want us to have the same place, but I'm just like, you know what? We're not gonna probably both be wanting the same thing. But guys, here's the thing. For you men, I think one of the best ways you can serve your wife is by deferring to her preferences, right? On everything. I think the happiest husbands, the happiest marriages are when the husband consistently defers to her preferences on things like a restaurant or the color of the walls in your house. If you're a husband that argues with your wife about paint colors, you are dumb. All right, I'm just going to call you out. Wives, tag your husband if he is arguing with you about paint colors. That's just it's dumb. All right, it's ridiculous. Let her pick the colors.
In other words, it's not worth the fight.
It's not worth the fight. And if you'll serve her in that way, I'm telling you, it's a happy marriage for both of you. And she'll reciprocate. She really will. But with restaurants, I'm just at a happy place where I'm like, you know what? If my wife's happy, I can find something to eat anywhere.
I'm not
going to argue about it.
What I have been doing now that we've been married almost 20 years is I usually try to give like a couple of places that I actually do want to go, but then every now and then I try to just rock his socks off and go to places like Five Guys and actually eat a burger
and I'm just
with him.
I'm so
or a steak
glad
place.
That
I'll be like, let's go to the steak place. So like it's just serving one another again. It's just trying to serve one another and not expect your spouse to be a mind reader, because that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I have done that so many times and I've learned the hard way.
Well, and I'll let her go to the restaurant, but then she always lets me go get frozen yogurt afterwards,
Yes,
which is one of my love languages, ice cream.
It is.
So it's all good. It's a happy marriage. We've got more about these, an article on things wives say they don't mean, with different fun articles about communication and marriage, just to help spark some conversations with you guys. So share this, help spread the word, and together we're going to build some strong marriages and have fun along the way. Thanks for watching, guys.